Hi, I'm Diana Geremia with Long and Foster, and I'm here today with John Enright. He is with Anatomy Home Inspections, and I use him for a lot of my home inspections for my buyers. He's awesome. So, John, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the pre-contract inspections that might be needed if people get into a multiple offer situation and they feel like they might possibly have to waive a home inspection. Is there an option that you present for that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. A pre-offer inspection, and it really kind of depends on the listing agent, how much time is involved. Typically, what I've experienced is, they'll either give you a half an hour or a 1 hour, kind of basically a showing time or two showing times in a row. Um, I'm not able to walk the client through all the different maintenance items and steps and this and that. So basically, what I tell the client is if you just let me run through the house, gather all the information, I can give you just about a 100% same information that you would have on a regular inspection.
Yeah.
I just won't be able to print it up and give it to you on site.
So you can.
So, and that's been working good for me and clients for like the last couple of years with this crazy market.
Okay, that's awesome. So then they're not buying it without any home inspection that way. It gives them an option to have a report and know what they're getting into should they have to waive the home inspection option to make it
Right.
offer to win.
And fee wise, I usually charge about 50% what I would normally charge on a normal inspection where we're going to spend 2.5, 3 hours going over a house.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, so on a regular home inspection, if they don't have to waive it and they end up bringing you in after the contract is ratified on that, then it is a 2 to 3 hour, it depends on probably the size of the house and things like that, right?
Correct, correct. And yeah, I like to try and spend time with the client to tell them about turning off hose bibs and how to maintain their washer and dryer and their HVAC system and water heater. So anyway, you just spend more time and work with the client more on a regular inspection.
Okay, and what things do you not inspect as part of a home inspection? Do you have common things that they need to know that they're gonna need to bring in somebody if there's a pool or, some things probably you don't inspect?
Yeah, exactly. Pool is one of them. Spas, we don't inspect. Sprinkler systems, we don't inspect.
Okay,
Alarm systems, we don't inspect. Um,
how about
that's pretty much
generators?
it.
Do you do
Say,
generators?
no, generators, we do not.
Okay.
And a good question for you and or buyers, generators should be serviced once a year. A lot of people don't do it. So that's where you end up having complications with a generator when it's been sitting outside for a couple of years and nobody's taken a look at it.
Okay, so we would want to get those inspections lined up on the side, outside of when you come. You're not
Correct.
doing things like that.
Yeah.
And other limitations to anything else that you can think of that I would want to?
Something like with chimneys,
Okay.
I can't see 100% up the flues. I stick my head up in there as far as I can, but sometimes it's worth on older homes that are 80, 100 years old. It's worth getting a chimney inspector out to send a camera down or do a more thorough inspection.
Okay, that's a good idea too. That. And then I was also thinking, like, if I was a homeowner and I just didn't know what things might need to be addressed, you do anything like that? I know you mentioned projects like would come out. Yeah. So tell me what else.
Yeah, a combination. What you're initially talking about is, somebody's lived in their house 20, 30 years and they're not sure they've been taking care of stuff. So it's just like a home checkup.
Yeah.
And yeah, same thing. I'd be negotiable on the rate. It's not the same as, a resale.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to charge as much. But yeah, I do that every now and then and with clients that just want to make sure their house is in good shape. I do it a lot for I've got one office down in Alexandria, and just for some people in general who are getting ready to put their house on the market. And I'll come and do an inspection before they put their house on the market, just to give them an update or an idea as to what might need to get addressed.
I get that question a
The
lot.
project thing that you mentioned, yeah, the project thing that you mentioned, I basically do for previous clients. So if somebody's got, a project that they're working on and they want somebody to come and just independently verify that the contractor's doing things properly, I'm happy to do that. If somebody's got to pull me out of my way to do it, then I'd give them a nominal charge. But usually I try to coordinate it so that if I'm on the road, I'll stop in while I'm in Haymarket and, just
Double
drop
check.
in, check it out, and then not charge them anything.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, you've always been great to work with. I get that question a lot when I go on listing appointments and they ask me, should we have it inspected? And I always tell them, it's a great place to start. But you could get 5 other inspections by 5 different inspectors and they might pick on different things.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that it's a green light just because you've rectified all the things that you find on it, because, different things
Yeah.
found. Is that what you found also, or?
Well, yeah, that's certainly true. And sometimes it comes down to the client. Like I just came home from one in McLean where the client was upset about a piece of rubber insulation at the base of a door that was pulling away. I just normally be like, don't worry about it. But he's like, no, could you put that on the report? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So, I'm trying to be, good to the client and take care of them, but, normally I wouldn't do it. So
Yeah.
something like that, you never know.
Yeah, that's right. I know you got a lot of times the inspections address the mechanical issues and not always 100% all these little cosmetic things around the house, but you try and point it out to them while you're there.
Correct. Yeah. Technically, we are supposed to focus on functionality.
Mhm.
So does it open, close, and work like it's supposed to?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that explains it. Is there anything else that you wanted me to bring up that you do to help people have an understanding of what you're?
Well, the pre-construction inspections, there's 3 phases. You can do a foundation inspection before they, after they pour the foundation and before they start anything else.
Okay.
Then there's the pre-drywall. So before they put the drywall up, I come through and just make sure all the different contractors have put things together properly.
Okay.
And then there's the final. So before you go to closing, just like you would on a resale, we go and make sure that everything's done okay.
All right. And group those for people to be one charge and then you come out 3 times.
It's a different charge. It's a 200 charge for both the foundation
Mhm.
and then a $200 charge for the pre-drywall.
All right.
But if you use me for one or both, then there's a discount on the final.
Okay, great.
So I knock at least $100 off on the final.
Wow. So that's not so bad though. And
Yeah.
that's well worth the money just to have peace of mind that everything was done correctly.
Well, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you're spending a couple of $100,000 on a house and, maybe 500 on me.
Right? Just a couple $100,000 on a house. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Couple, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you joining us. I can't recommend you enough. And I thank you all the time for helping my clients and putting them at ease when they're buying a house.
Well, thank you. I can't say enough about you as well. You've been a great agent to work with all these years.
Okay. Thanks, John.